Hey everybody, this is Erica from the Classy Climb blog. Today we're doing a quick one called the 3 superpowers of credit and owning real estate. You guys, super excited to be here today. And I just had to do this one. You know, I've been recommending, if you follow the channel, if you follow the blog, which, hey, if you get a chance, share these links, share these videos. Also sign up for the blog, classyscl.com. Good stuff. But here we are. I'm going to show you, if you've been following at all, Black Enterprise magazine, listen up, it's got this guy in the front. Anyway, flip back inside, we have Mr. Scotty Smith out of Dallas. I keep talking to you guys about this guy, and I am giving him as my example today. Listen, leaving a financial legacy through real estate. But here's the big deal. Scotty is 29, but here's the kicker. When Scotty was in college in Texas, University of North Texas in Denton, he had $5,000 scholarship, used it as funds as down payment. He purchased his first home. That was $88,000. Then next year got another scholarship, purchased another home. By the time he left college, he had already sold 2 of his homes. And basically now at 29 owns 4 townhomes and working on building a new development in South Dallas. Why is this important? I've been telling you guys, when I worked in the financial aid office, there were people who were getting $10,000 back each semester, and they were going on travel in the world, and they were buying cars. I was one of them. I bought a vehicle, Mitsubishi Lancer, not the best purchase, but a purchase. And there was great opportunity for people to invest in real estate. And I remember some girls who were a little bit poor, you know, from a part of Rayford, North Carolina, ended up buying a duplex. And as they left college, bought a townhome in their next town, because they had already had to start up, leg up on people. Now listen, he has a firm and he has about 9 agents, 2 employees. His firm did $13 million last year. This year they're on track to do $30 million. Over here, last year he worked with 116 families. This year they're probably gonna work with 250 families. You know, look, a lot of people think once you buy a home, oh my God, I'm stuck in it for 30 years. And that's a big thing he talks about. And he's like, if you buy it right, in the next 2 years, you can rent it and sell it out and not have to worry about huge taxes or huge losses. Again, his focus is African Americans only because he focuses in this one part of Dallas. But his home ownership is about 42% in 2015 and 72% among whites. And that's a big thing for him. And in Texas is about 41%, so less than the national average. He got picked as 30 under 30 in Dallas's Realtor the year out of 400 candidates. So Scotty Smith, look him up, great information. Another reason why I'm so big on real estate, and people should know about real estate, and they should try their hardest to, if they can't afford it, to invest for their future, invest for themselves, invest for their family. Another reason is credit. So I'm in a couple different groups, and the groups I'm in, everybody's like, man, credit, we're gonna get all this credit, it's gonna be so awesome. We're gonna do this, we're gonna get all these $60,000 credit cards, we're gonna do that, we're gonna go on vacations. And I go, no, the point of you cleaning up your credit, the point of you getting this credit was so that you could honestly purchase hard assets, such as houses, such as rental properties, such as things to focus your future on. And a lot of times people, they just get stuck there. They get stuck on, I've got a credit card and now I'm going to go make crazy purchases. Now, here are the 3 superpowers of owning real estate and credit: freedom, control, and growth. Now, why are these the 3? Freedom, because you have the freedom to, if some people have credit cards or some people are using their credit cards to start a side business or have some flexibility. I know a lot of young people who have that freedom to not work. I've known people since high school who've never had a job, who consistently worked for themselves because they had the line of credit. They had some flexibility. You know, maybe they live with their parents, maybe they live with roommates, but they've always done their own thing. So it gives you options. 2, control. Let's say you do own a property and you want to live in that property and just rent the rooms out. I have friends who do that. I have friends who are high-end earners doing that. I have friends who are low-income earners, been doing that since college. You know, it doesn't matter that he worked at Chili's. He owned his own $40,000 house in Fayetteville, North Carolina. So now he rents the rooms out. He hasn't had much incentive to go get a better job, but he's always been comfortable. He's always owned his own spot. 3, growth. Again, a woman I always recommend on this channel that you guys should go look up. I talk about her on my blog, classyscl.com, is Paula Pants of Afford Anything. She basically came to Atlanta with nothing on her back but her shirt and her clothes, and 6 years later owned 11 properties. Why? Because there is opportunity there. There's down payment assistance programs. As long as you have the credit and the down payment, you are in the door. A lot of people somehow just kind of think it's just so hard, and they've been living in Atlanta their whole life, but a lot of times they've spent their money either buying cars, buying clothes, going out and partying, and not really niche down focusing. So again, I'm going to hop over real quick and check what the comments are. Let me see. Radiance Music. Sorry, I missed some of yours. Hello, Erica. I'm from Dallas. Where is he focusing? Scotty Smith seems to be over there where that really cool side of town is, down by the conference. I've been there, but I'm not exactly. It doesn't say in here, but I've been to that area where there's like a street where it used to be like historically black, but now it's changing over. It had like a really cool music place and some catfish places. It was cool. That's right. Freedom, growth, and control. Freedom, control, and growth. It's just truth. A lot of people, I'm helping you guys get credit and business lines of credit. And I need your focus to be on hard assets, because, you know, if you're spending money with me for me to help you with your credit, I want you to be focusing on creating a business that brings you income. Or two, we're using the lines of credit to get assets, get hard income producing assets. So that's the complete thing. Southern California, me, okay, yeah. Radiance Music, Paula Pants, yes, Paula Pants, literally how I said it, affordanything.com. She is, love her to death. She, you know, if you have 11 grand coming in every month, and some month you have expenses, some house you have, you know, the mortgages on a few of the houses, because one property she bought 20 grand straight out. She was able to move to Las Vegas. Like, she pretty much lives in Las Vegas right now and still self-manages her properties and just has an emergency property manager in Atlanta. So, I mean, it depends on where you're at. West Dallas. I think it's West Dallas. I just know it's by that Convention Street. It's a popular name over there, but I can't remember it. I went down there, went to a restaurant, enjoyed that little area, and, you know, they were just telling me, well, this area used to be black and now it's kind of very gentrified. Thought it was amazing. Thought it was super cool. But it was West Dallas. It's West Dallas. When I go back to Addison, March 11th and 12th this month, I'm going to be going to an apartment buying seminar with some of my clients. I'll go back over there and do like a video while I'm over there. That's what I'm going to do. So make note of that, you guys. March 11th. It'll be a few days after my birthday. Southern California. I'll get the consultation sometime this week, but thanks for the motivation, Ericka. Love. Thank you. Listen, I love speaking to you guys. I always put the links below in the videos where you can find them. But the key is I did a video on tax liens, and Dr. Boyce Watkins then picked it up. Literally, I got like, I don't know, 5,000 views from them. And it was crazy. Basically, I had, you know, hundreds of emails, and out of the people who took action, 4 of my clients already have their tax lien certificate sitting at their house, showing where they own the tax lien on a property in another state. And 2 of my guys are out of California. The other 2 are out of the South. So many of my clients are from all over, but it's all about taking action, and it's all about deciding for yourself, like, okay, this year can be different. So there's a video, I want to link it. A guy talks about it all the time, but the young lady was 14, basically borrowed $50 from her dad, bought a bunch of cell phone cases from China, like literally China, like through the Alibaba system, and started bedazzling them and selling them to other teenagers. Well, now she's 18. And if you look at her, Instagram, you look at her life period, it's like wilddaisy.com. Like, she owns that site, and she's been making money for years. Like, she's been running her own business for years, since 14, 18. And, you know, bought her own domain, got on Etsy, got on, create a little Shopify site, all that good stuff that you're just like, I can't believe someone at 14-year-old did that. But it's all about what you're fostering in your home. Are you fostering a language of victimhood or a language of opportunity? America is this great place where you can do anything. You can create your own business tomorrow if you want. I meet a lot of young African-American men who tell me they want to start a clothing line or a music website. And I'm like, okay, are you doing what it takes to set that up? And in order to set that up, we have to get you a Shopify site. We have to get you some music that you can put on there. We got to get you some t-shirts designed and a company that will print them for you. And so the steps, I think a lot of them have this dream of music or a dream of clothing, but don't follow through. And it's important, if you in a home like that, is to encourage them to go try. They may fail, but encourage them to try. They're not going to lose much money doing a Shopify site for 20 bucks a month. They're just not. So Radiance Music, I think that's right, or South Dallas. I know, I'm sorry. I had it on the tip of my tongue and I just lost it, but it was a pretty cool spot in town. I liked it. Urban Thomas, hey Ericka, hey Urban. But again, as I talk to many, many more entrepreneurial people and just seeing, there's some people who their whole day is kind of spent like working on their business, going to the gym, eating healthy. And then like, you know, when it's 5 or 6 o'clock, they ask their friends if their friends want to go to happy hours. I mean, that's kind of their day. And even when you meet guys who are painters or construction company owners, you know, they have hot seasons. You know, in the summer with construction, it's hard to talk to somebody who owns a construction business. They're busy every single day. But in the winter, you know, I know a guy, him and his wife, they go spend a month in North Carolina because that's where they're originally from, but they work in Texas. They go spend time, you know, snowing, you know, what do you call it, snowboarding and skiing. So it's like, if you make, or if you're willing to make the sacrifice up front, then you can get the rewards. Urban Thomas, should I get a car from Uber? You know, Thomas, I am not big on that deal they're making. I'm just not big on it. I think if you're going to spend your time doing Uber and Lyft and some of these other apps, I think it's great. As long as you're tracking how much is coming in, how much is going out, I think it's fine. But I would prefer you try to get it via your own way first. But if, you know, the deal numbers look great, do it. Marshall 989, do you help out to own a trucking business? Yes, I can help you. Definitely just hit the consult links below. It depends on what you need. You might just need funding. You might just need business funding, and the trucking company goes, all right, we'll set the lease up with you. Here's the, you know, and you give a down payment, because trucks aren't super cheap. A dually is a little bit cheaper, but that's like for towing. And I know this is trucking language, but a dually is kind of like, you know, you ever see those Ram Dodges that are like a, you know, or F350, F450, and they could tow a truck if you put different components on them. You know, that's what those are. And but the killer thing with those guys, when you start trying to own your own trucking business, is the insurance. The E&O insurance is like $1,000 a month or something. And sometimes if you have traffic tickets or speeding tickets, it's more. So some guys get scared away from that. But that's why I recommend you have business credit cards or business line of funding, so that when you're driving that truck and the expenses come out every month, they're not coming out of the cash you're making. They're coming out of that. Southern California, question about the tax liens. After you buy the lien, do you own the deed in the house as well? It's a process. It depends on the state. I did have a video put up on this channel. It depends on the state. I like working with South Carolina because I want to work with people who just want the money, right? If you want 3 to 12% interest on your money, South Carolina is a great state. Florida is a great state if you want to buy. If you want to buy a property, if you want to get a property quickly, Florida is a great state. Georgia, you know, if they don't pay their tax lien back by the end of the year, they owe 120%. Now, but here's the kicker. If they only paid $1,000 a year for their taxes, well, next year that means they just owned you $2,400 or something like that, or $2,200. You know, they pay their lien and they get their house. But the end of the post process is, if they don't pay over the course of the year, they're delinquent, then you have a right to go get a quiet title through a lawyer. It'll cost you $2 to $5 grand depending on the state, and now you own the house out free and clear, and the mortgage company can't do crap about it. So it depends on the state, Southern California. Marshall 989, cool. Should I do an hour session or a month session? I always say do an hour session. That way we can flesh out what your conversation is, what your ideals are, what are you looking to do, and how can I help you? Because then I can put a proposal together where I put you together several things: a bank book, list of banks you can work with, credit cards I think will be best for you, which way we want to build your business. You know, do you want to own 4 or 5 trucks and lease them out to other guys? Well, then you're a legit bigger company. Or even if you want to start a towing truck company, you know, you get 3 or 4 dualies and you have employees. Now we're moving you from just a self-employed to more of a business owner. So that's a process, and it'll help you grow. Definitely just click the link. What I'll do as soon as I see it, I send you an email, tell you to give me your phone number, and here's some time slots for you to work with. But yeah, so anyway, that was my quick video today. I didn't have much to talk about. If you guys have any other questions, definitely put them below before I leave here. But the 3 superpowers of credit and owning your real estate right now, the next 4 years are going to be really hard on some people. There are going to be people who are extremely poor, people who are working lower skilled jobs, and they're really going to feel it. And the time when, you know, interest rates are going to go up here at some point quickly. The key though is if you have owned stuff. Like last 2008, people were like, oh, I saw real estate people go under. No, you saw flippers go under. You saw people who were highly leveraged go under. People who put 20% down on a house and were renting it out were just fine. I know several people who own 10 to 12 properties, and their tenants kept on paying and kept on living and doing life just fine. And that's the power of controlling something, of having your own. And even if you buy, you know, because I give people example about the turnkey companies when I talk on this channel. If the turnkey company is offering you a property for $45,000 or $55,000, your down payment is going to be $8 to 10 grand. Now, you get, you know, you have $30,000 in business lines of credit and you want to get 2 properties. Well, now you have 2 properties bringing you back in $800 a piece a month, right? Now, of course, you're going to say, Ericka, there's expenses. Of course. But in general, you've started the track of owning real estate, cash flow in real estate. Secondly, if you're looking for growth and you're looking for change, you know, having access to credit that lets you buy the conference tickets, let you buy the seminar packages, let you buy books that help you grow, let you buy more mentorship that helps you grow, is just a way of controlling your future. So again, let me see here what we got. Marshall 989. Okay, I will do that soon. Okay, yeah, thank you. Tam Wiggins, do you get an LLC first or get a business license first before establishing credit? It depends on what your company is. A lot of people don't necessarily need that. I know some people who are just doing handyman work. So yeah, they can get an LLC, but it depends on what your company ideal is, Tam Wiggins. Because at the end of the year, you could start a business on Shopify. And at the end of the year, all of a sudden, you did really well. So now you jump and get an LLC to cover yourself for your earnings this year and work on your credit, your taxes at the end of the year. It just depends. Now, would I prefer you do the foundation right? Would I prefer you get the LLC and get the office number and let's get you a Duns and Bradstreet and let's get you an EIN, let's get you set up there? Yeah, I would recommend that. But most people, the option is just getting started, because what if we get you out the gate and your personal credit's terrible and we can't get you any business credit? What kind of business are you starting? Can your business start getting money right away? Right? Because a lot of people, if you were just doing lawn cutting, which I know a lot of guys, if you were just doing lawn cutting and let's say you messed up on your DBA or something, your wife could go get the business in her name. And trust me, I know a bunch of dudes who messed up on their taxes or didn't pay IRS for years, and their wife has the construction business or the painting company or the lawn care company in her name. Lawn care, you know, it's hilarious, but there's always ways around it. There's always ways to get through it. And like establishing credit is really about being responsible. And I'm gonna say this, a lot of people are messaging me about CPNs. I do not recommend CPNs on this channel. I don't, period. I don't recommend it. You get more traction every day and night. I will guarantee you, if you go to your bank and get a secure $500 business credit card or a $500 secure credit card and pay on it for 3 months, you'll get more traction. If you get some of those collections off you, if you get some of those inquiries off you, you'll have more traction. Your credit score would be higher. I do not recommend CPNs. I keep getting that question and it makes me a little nervous. I don't know who you're talking to, but it's always up and up. It's always best to do business on the upside. I'll just say that. Urban Thomas, do you still have to pay the mortgage after the quiet title? It's called a quiet title. No, because it's a clean slate. You own it via the deed, the tax lien. That's the whole point. Now, why do we have to do a quiet title? Because the 30 to 50 days right after you technically own it, you know, most mortgage companies or people who own the loan, you know, they knew it went delinquent a year ago. They knew, and they checked on it, right? If they wanted the property, they could have bid on it, but they didn't. So you have to move quickly because we don't want them coming back like, hey, we have a loan over here. And the quiet title is going to say, sorry, you didn't respond in this 30 days after the year it was deleted. So you have no claim. House is mine. They're free and clear. Urban Thomas, you're the best. Thanks. The Pickens. Hey, Pickens, can you talk more about how we can determine what kind of consultation to do with you? Okay, so on my channel, if you see the links below, I usually have just 3 set up. I have a 10-minute quick call. That's usually people who are at the bank or they're trying to fill out LLC form and then they get a quick answer. And then I have a 30-minute one and an hour one. Depending on what you're trying to do, Pickens, decide for yourself. But it's always time, because I'm just shooting you a 10-minute answer. It may not be accurate for you. I want to get the best conversation I can out of you, because sometimes when you call people, they're scared to tell you what's going on with them. So I want to usually get 30 minutes to an hour to talk with you. So once I talk with you and we decide if we are a good match for each other, or if I'm giving you the answers you like and you can understand it and you want to work with me in the future, I can send you a proposal. That's pretty much how that works. I do the consultation, I talk with you, kind of see where you're going in the future. If I can help you, if I can't help you, I let you know. I'm like, hey, I just don't know much about that. You might need to go talk to this person over here or recommend someone else to you. But I work with a lot of different partners. So usually I can help those folks. And then at that point, I'll send you a proposal and we can work further together. That's usually how it works. But I usually get a lot of people's questions answered in the consult. And just when you call the Pickens, when I do call you, just let me know what your 1 to 5 year goal is, because a lot of times people call me and they don't know what they want to do. They just know they want their credit cleaned up and they don't have a long-term game. And if you're watching this channel, I think you're smart enough to know that, hey, long-term, Ericka, we want to own rentals, or hey, long-term, we just need some business funding so we can kind of market our online thing more, right? Which is nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of businesses you're seeing on YouTube and other places and Instagram. The only reason they're still around is because they got credit cards and they're marketing very well. Wiggins, okay, does your business credit go under the EIN number? Yes. Okay, so I think I know what you're trying to ask me. Tam Wiggins, when you set up a business name, which the name doesn't really matter, but when you set up a business name and you want to go open a bank account, before you do that, go over to irs.gov and get a free EIN number. Why? Because it is a separate entity from you. I think that's what you're asking. Urban Thomas, does that rule apply to Florida? So Urban Thomas, Florida is a wild west of real estate. A lot of places in Florida, depending on the county, you can go get your tax lien. Like there's a guy I work with, but the only reason I work with him is because his story is amazing. I told you guys this before. He was homeless 10 years ago, started working 2-3 jobs, making all this money and didn't know what to do with it. Learned about tax liens and started every year buying hundreds of tax liens, because parts of Florida is very cheap. So he bought tax liens that were $400, $500, $300, $1,000. So now he's at a level where he buys almost 1,000 a year. And then he just sells the ones he don't find appealing or attractive. He just sells a bunch of them off. Now he works about 6 counties, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty freaking cool. And so I buy some from him, but the only reason I buy some from him that he has already resold, they're getting 18%, 20%. And I know several investors in Florida in the Tampa area that I can unload off of. So Florida is a little bit more Wild West, and it depends on the county you're in. Urban Thomas. Ken Keisha R. Miller. I think I spoke with you before. I'm pretty sure I have. Hello, Ericka. Does the bank have to run your credit for a secured credit card or loan? No, girl. Listen, when you go in there, I'm not being silly, but I'm like, seriously, when you go in there and let's say you have $400 or $500 in your account, you go, hey, you guys, I really want to do a secure credit card. Here's my $500. You can even do it online, I think, at most banks. Here's my secure credit card. I have the amount. I have $500 in my account and I want to put it on there. But when you go online, most times you'll click on the page and it'll say, give you the credit card options of the bank. You click on the secured, it'll ask you how much you want to do, you say the amount, and it'll draw it from your checkings. And then you're set up. Now, if you want to do a secure loan, usually you go up to the window of the teller and be like, hey, I have like $500 in my account. I want to do a secure loan for 6 months. Now, you tell them how many months. Now, I, rule of thumb, tell them a year. Now, depending on your bank, though, if it's like $500, they might be like, no, we only gonna do 6 months for that because it's too small and make you pay like $68 a month. And every time you pay, some more money comes back into your account. It's super easy. But again, depending on where your credit is, Keisha Miller, this is a big deal. A lot of people are walking around with 580, 600 barely. There are some banks I work with that will give you a credit card unsecure with that amount, 5 to 7 grand. It just depends on how much money you're making and what's else on your credit. The Pickens, okay. Oh yeah, thank you. Okay, thank you. Tam Williams, yes, thanks so much. No problem. So look, you guys, this was gonna be a short one today. I'm gonna go run and get lunch with some friends. And I love always talking to you guys. It's great stuff, but I do have to do some work from other clients today. So everybody, this is Ericka from the Classy Climb blog. Listen, credit is important. I love working with you guys. I don't want you to get out there and get like $70,000 credit cards and then go crazy. This is only funding for your business and for real estate and for you to have options and freedom. So you guys have a great day. Oh yeah, always check below. Check out the blog, classyscl.com. Guys, totally register on there because I put some cool stuff in the blog and I talk about things that I don't want to talk about here necessarily because, hey, we don't want to get kicked off YouTube. But anyways, you guys, this is Ericka, Classy Climb blog. You guys have a great day.